Hi, my name is Charlie Ship, and for the competency video that we had to upload to YouTube, I decided to do expectancy of violation theory and social penetration theory. And I thought I would use these because it's something I've really heard throughout my classes, both these two terms. So I wanted to dive into it. So the first one would be expectation violation theory, and this term is defined as expectations as what we anticipate rather than what we desire. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory for the most part. But to dive into the theoretical orientation, it was developed by Judy K. Burgoon, and this is one, she created the term. She defined it with more personal space rather than social behavior, kind of what it's explained as now. But before that, Edward Hall came up with this term in the 1960s known as proxemics. So this was kind of the study of expectation violation theory before that was a thing. And this is defined as the study of people's use of space as a special elaborate of culture. So big keyword there's culture. People in Europe might have a different proxemic than America or Australia or China and all that. So, but to give an example of expectation violation theory is like, let's say you're at a birthday party and someone you hardly know is asking you all these personal questions. That would be kind of a violation of, a violation of what you were expecting, not what you desire. You're kind of desiring to have a little small talk about getting to know that person, but they're kind of violating you by asking all these kind of personal questions. But like I said, like what we studied in class, it was originally studied for personal distance, but then it changed to more of social behaviors, and then kind of went over to nonverbal expectancy violation theory. So this is something that's frequently used throughout society. So to give you a summary, in the examples, I talked about how it's kind of like something that kind of catches you off guard and violates what you were expecting, what possibly a cultural norm. Cultural norms is a huge part of expectation violation theory. So basically something that catches you off guard and you're not desiring to be in that situation. And then here's another thing I kind of stumbled upon in the book. And it talks about interaction position. This isn't a part of social penetration, still a part of expectation bias. But this is a person's initial stance towards an interaction as determined by a blend of personal acquired expectation and desires. So let's say someone violates violates what you are used to. How you respond is interaction position. So this is also a part of expectation violation theory. So to go into social penetration theory, to define it, it would be developing a deeper intimacy with another person through mutual self-disclosure and other forms of vulnerability. So that's also a very easy definition. It's kind of what we experience every day. To give the theoretical orientation, it was created by Erwin Altman and Thomas Taylor. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hopefully, I did a lot of research on it, but they developed this theory because they wanted to understand the development between people. More social penetration theory is more on the side of intimacy, but I guess you could outline it with friends or like close friends, something like that. But the thing that kind of stood out to me was that Altman and Taylor kind of compared people to onions. So let's say the first time you meet someone, you're going to show that first layer of who you are, kind of like an onion. And then as you get to know that person, let's say you're going on a date, that's the second date. It's going to be more of like you're going to peel back the second layer of onion. And then once you get down to the core, it's going to show more people's deeper thoughts. So the first layer onion might be, like where you're from, what interests you, what do you like to do for fun. As you get to second, it might be the second layer. It might be uh, religion, politics, what do you want to do for a living? Third might be probably kids. I don't know. But anyways, they compared it to onions, which kind of stood out and kind of made it easy. So, social penetration is just basically how people, develop a relationship as time goes on. So, that's about it. I just wanted to do the two theories of expectation violation theory and social penetration theory. I hope I did a good job, and thank you for answering my email.